whatever it may be, they should not at least compromise with Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavad Gita class. They must try to adjust under this thing. That will give a relief actually, whatever personal problems what they go through also.
Okay. Let's start. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sorry. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudire Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttamastoke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistaki Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim yatkripatamaham vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Chaitanyamishwaram Omagyanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militamena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarani Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhattale Srimate Jayapataka Swami Namine Namacharya Padani Taika Padani Gaura Katadamadaya Nagara Gramataya. Hare Krishna devotees, welcome for Bhagavatam study.
Hare Krishna,
Continuing reading from
Prabhuji.
Srimad
Humble
Bhagavatam.
pranam. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Dandavat Mataji. Hare Krishna. Second canto, chapter 8, text 21. I think we read some part of purport. So, yeah, somebody can read the sloka and translation. Then we'll continue where we stopped.
Second para, I think we should start, Prabhuji.
Yeah,
Hare
first
Krishna.
maybe read the sloka once, just to remind us, and translation. Then we'll continue from there.
I'll try my best,
Yeah.
Prabhuji. Hare
Yeah.
Krishna. Samplava Sarva Bhutanam Vikrama Prati Sankaramay Sankramaha Ista Purtasya Kamyam Trivargasa Cha Kamyanam Trivargasa Chayo Vidhi. Purport and translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Please explain unto me how the living beings are generated, how they are maintained, and how they are annihilated. Tell me also of the advantages and disadvantages of discharging devotional service unto the Lord. What are the Vedic rituals and the injunctions of the supplementary Vedic rites? And what are the procedure of religion, economic development, and sense satisfaction? Purport.
We'll go to the second paragraph, right?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji. One should know, therefore, from the expert spiritual master, the advantages and disadvantages of discharging devotional service, just as Maharaja Parikshit asked his spiritual master, Srila Sukadev Goswami. According to Bhakti Rasamrta Sindhu, the science of devotional service, one should not eat more than what he requires to maintain body and soul together. A vegetable diets and milk are sufficient for maintenance of the human body, and therefore one has no need to eat anything more to satisfy the palate. One should also not accumulate money to become puffed up in the material world. One should earn his livelihood easily and honestly, for it is better to become a coolie for an honest livelihood than to become a great man in the society by hook and crook. There is no harm if one becomes the richest man in the world by the honest dealings, but one should not sacrifice the honest means of livelihood simply to accumulate wealth. Such an endeavor is harmful to devotional service. One should not talk nonsense. A devotee's business is to earn the favor of the Lord. Therefore, a devotee should always glorify the Lord in his wonderful creations. A devotee should not decry the creation of the Lord, defying him by saying that he has created a false world. The world is not false. Factually, we have to take so many things from the world for our maintenance. So, how we can say that the world is false? Similarly, how can one think of Lord as being without form? How can one become formless and at the same time have all intelligence and consciousness, direct and indirect? So, there are many things for a pure devotee to learn. He should learn them perfectly from a bona fide personality like Sukadev Goswami. The
Hare
favorable
Krishna. We'll
condition.
stop one second, Mataji. We'll
Yes,
just
sir.
stop. We'll discuss few points from here. Then we'll move on reading that. Okay, so Parishit Maharaj is asking a question to Sukdev Goswami. Here, Sukdev Goswami, sorry, Parishit Maharaj is telling to Sukdev Goswami, please explain how they are annihilated, and what are the advantage and disadvantage of devotional service, and what are the Vedic rituals, injections, supplementary Vedic rites, and what are the procedure of the religious and economic development, sense gratification, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. So in the second paragraph, first paragraph we discussed last week. Here Prabhupada talks about one should know, therefore, expert spiritual master. That's the key point here, that we should accept a spiritual master. Krishna himself says, Tatividi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshirante jnanam jnaninam tatudarshanaha. So we need to accept a spiritual master who is a tatudarshi and who is as per parampara, who is following the shastra, Guru Sadhu Shastra. So he should be expert enough to guide his disciples properly. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says that the advantage and disadvantage of devotional service, just as a Parishit Maharaj asked Sukdev Goswami. So when we go to spiritual master or any spiritual leader for that matter, what should you ask? Not how to make profit or how to get promotion or anything material. We should ask how to progress in bhakti. That should be our question. Anything else is not material, not required. So, how to progress in bhakti and how I can succeed, make my life successful in this life itself, so that I can go back to Godel. So, Prabhupada quoting Bhakti Rasam Sindhu, different aspects is one should not eat more than what is required. Vacho vega, udara vega, but so that sloka is also that. Here also we should Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also says that we should eat minimum and we should earn minimum and we should maintain simple living, high thinking. So Prabhupada says we should eat how much ever required to maintain body and soul together. Really, if you see, all our problems is because of overeating, not because of less eating. That is, if you really analyze, all the diseases is because of overeating only, not because of less eating. Very less people die without food, very less. Whereas more people die because of overeating, and unwanted eating. So that's why Prabhupada says that we should eat normal, minimum required to maintain body and soul together. And sorry. Prabhupada says that we should avoid non-veg food. Basically says the vegetable diet, milk is sufficient. We don't have to kill another jiva to, for the taste of our tongue. So, because the killing of an jiva, it results into so many other activities, so many other sinful reactions. And not only that, the whole imbalance of society happens. So first of all, we have no right to kill any other jiva. That's because Krishna himself says, Aham bija pada pritha. He says, I am the seed father of every jiva. So, and that perspective, every jiva is our brothers and sisters. So what right we have? The human body is not meant for non-veg. Whether the tongue or the teeth or intestine, they are not meant for non-veg. So spiritually or scientifically, this is not fit for us. And on the top of it, if we eat unwanted non-veg food, and it creates not unwanted diseases also, whether cholesterol or extra fat, all those things comes. And for a healthy life, vegetarian food, milk is enough. And then Prabhupada says one should not accumulate money and become puffed up for material world. We should earn whatever destined, whatever required. Don't be too greedy. Like Ugra karma don't have required. And we need not accumulate unwanted wealth. Wealth, whatever is destined to, as per my karma, it will come. I don't have to, work 18 hours, 20 hours, or do all Prabhupada he talks about here, do all sinful actions to earn more money. Legally, as per Shastra, as per Dharma, whatever comes, I should be contented with that. And one should earn his livelihood easily, honestly. That is the most important. We should be honest, be straightforward, truthful. Whatever comes in that, just be accepted. Just be happy with that. And Prabhupada says that better to be a coolie for a honest livelihood than become a great man in society by hook or crook. Today, if you see in the society, people somehow or other want to make money and become rich. They are ready to do anything for that matter, whether crime or so many things, adulteration, any product adulteration, selling the drugs, all those things they do just because they want to become rich. And they don't care whether how many people die with that, what is the consequence, they don't die, or they don't bother. But all this comes with the reactions. If nobody caught in this material world, but Krishna's or Yamaduta's agents, they will not spare them. Chitragupta is keeping record of each and every sinful actions. So that's why Prabhupada says one should be sufficient. And more than that, one should not sacrifice the honest means of livelihood simply for accumulate wealth. For the sake of money, should not sacrifice the honesty. And then Prabhupada says, should not talk nonsense, prajalpa, unwanted things. Yes, doesn't mean that we should keep mauna, should not be silent, but we should speak only about Krishna, nothing else. That's why we should be very careful before speaking. That's why Acharya is saying, before we speak, I should at least ask 3 questions to myself. Whatever I'm going to speak, is it beneficial for me? If it is beneficial for me, yes, speak. Or second question, is it beneficial to the person hearing? If yes, speak. And if no, is it at least beneficial to third person? If yes, speak. If no, shut your mouth. If all 3 answers are no, then shut your mouth. Today, that's exactly happens. What people speak, but they simply keep blabbering. Like Prabhupada always gives example of the frog, the frog making sound, and it inviting a snake. Similarly, by my unwanted talk, prajalpa, unwanted, talking, I'm inviting problem. Because my talking only the result of my, the actions. That's why we should be very, very careful you should weigh your words, what kind of a word we're using, and in what tone I'm using it. Accordingly, the whole communication system works. That's very, very careful in that. That in his wonderful creations. So instead of unnecessary talking anything else, simply chant the holy name and glorify Supreme Lord. That is the best thing to. Another point Prabhupada says that there are people saying Brahman Satya, Jagan Mithya. This world is not false. This world is temporary. Dukhalayam Ashashvatam says Ashashvatam, but not false. Jagat, not Mithya. That is the point Prabhupada is saying there. Then Lord is not, that's another point Prabhupada making here. Then finally Prabhupada is, one should learn them perfectly from a bona fide spiritual master like Sukadeva Goswami. Any spiritual master coming in the disciple succession like Sukadeva Goswami, we should hear, we should follow and practice our devotional service and understand the spirituality from such person. Okay, next paragraph.
The favorable conditions for discharging devotional service are that one should be very enthusiastic in serving the Lord. The Lord, in his form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, wanted the cult of devotional service to the Lord to be preached all over the world, in every nook and corner, and therefore a pure devotee's duty is to discharge his order as far as possible. Every devotee should be very enthusiastic, not only in performing his daily rituals of devotional service, but in trying to preach the cult peacefully by following in the footsteps of Lord Chaitanya. If he is not superficially successful in such an attempt, he should not be deterred from the discharge of his duty. Success or failure has no meaning for a pure devotee because he is a soldier in the field. Preaching the cult of devotional service is something like declaring war against materialistic life. There are different kinds of materialistic, such as the fructitive workers, the mental speculators, the mystic jugglers, and so many others. All of them are against the existence of Godhead. They would declare that they are themselves God, although in every step and in every action they dependent on the mercy of the Lord. Therefore, a pure devotee may not associate with such gangs of atheists. A strong devotee of the Lord will not be misled by such atheist propaganda of the non-devotees, but a neophyte devotee should be very cautious about them. A devotee should see to the right discharge of devotional service under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master and should not stick only to the formalities. Under the direction of bona fide spiritual master, one should see how much service is being executed and not simply in the matter of rituals. A devotee should not hanker after anything, but he should be satisfied with things that may automatically come to him by the will of the Lord. That should be the principle of a devotional life. And all these principles are easily learned under the guidance of the spiritual master like Sukadev Goswami. Maharaja Parikshit inquired from Sukadeva correctly, and one should follow his example. Should I continue, Prabhuji?
Examples.
There's
Okay.
one more para there. Should I continue?
Yeah, 1 second. We'll discuss, then we'll close that with that.
Okay, Prabhuji.
So is Prabhupada saying the favorable condition of discharge devotional service that are one should be enthusiastic. So eagerness, enthusiastic, utsaha, nischaya, dhairya, says Rupa Goswami says that utsaha, that is most important. Because we are in this material world, even for Krishna conscious preaching also there is a lot of disturbance. People will, but we should be, the few points Prabhupada always makes. First and foremost, we should have firm faith in a spiritual master's word. 100% faith, yes. If the spiritual master's mercy there, nobody can stop. Because Krishna will definitely support such people who follow their guru's word. Because when the pure devotee says, Krishna will make sure that it happens. That's why we should have full faith in spiritual master's word and his order. And for that, whatever difficulty comes, we should be ready to go through it, and with full enthusiasm we should do it. If you see Srila Prabhupada's disciples, they have gone through so much difficult. Of course, Srila Prabhupada himself have gone through so much difficult. Today being the day ISKCON established, it's the 13th July is the day ISKCON is established. So 60th birthday of ISKCON. So this is a wonderful day. Because of Srila Prabhupada, because of this ISKCON, we are here today to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam. So we should be really grateful to Srila Prabhupada. We should thank Srila Prabhupada for his wonderful contribution to the humanity. Not only Srila Prabhupada, and his disciples also. Each one is a gem, each one in their own field, each one their own area contributed, sacrificed their life. There are devotees sacrificed their life, they died in Russia, and there are devotees, so much sacrifice happened because they had full faith in Srila Prabhupada's word. So they were fully enthusiastic. And because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Nagaradi Grama Prachara Vaibe Moranam, this publish of Krishna consciousness will happen all over the world. Nagaradi Grama, every town and village, not just India, all over the world. This is the point. When Srila Prabhupada went to America, many of the so-called leaders, they thought, no, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said the prachara will happen only in India or maybe Bengal. No, Prabhupada was very clear. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted the whole world. And that's why he established ISKCON and preached all over the world. That's why Prabhupada says we should follow the footstep of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his disciples. And the success or failure has no meaning in a pure devotee because he's a soldier in the field of preaching, cult of devotional service. Sometime he may get success, sometime he may get failure. Now again, what is the definition of success? What definition of failure is could be relative. Other day I was hearing from His Holiness Bhakti Prachara Parvijaka Maharaj. He said, if you conduct a program, success is not just how many people come back, attend a program, or how much donation you got. No, that's not success. Success is that how many people chanted the holy name, how many people took darshan of the Lord, how many books distributed, how many prasad they given. That's a secondary. But because once they get darshan of the Lord, their mercy started. Their kripa started from there. And if they read some book, Srila Prabhupada books, or they buy some books, their journey Krishna consciousness started, or they take prasadam, or they chant the holy name. These three things is the success. That will transform their life. So we need not worry for the success or failure. That is not in our hand. But how much enthusiastic we are, how much arrangement we are doing it, that is in our hand. So that's why Prabhupada says, a strong devotee of the Lord will not be misled by atheistic propaganda of non-devotees, but a neophyte should be very cautious about them. So there is a lot of propaganda in the society. In the name of spirituality, they'll guide people. So they should be very, very careful. So especially the neophyte. Neophyte means those who are not fully, should be very, very careful. So for that, Prabhupada says under the direction of a bona fide spiritual master. So we should always, under the guidance of spiritual master, and who is bona fide as a parampara, and who, follow the sadhu shastra, Guru sadhu shastra. Then Prabhupada says, for that such things automatically come to him the will of the Lord. So all the satisfaction, all the problem solving will happen automatically. So we should accept such a spiritual master who are the disciple succession of Sukadeva Goswami. Okay, next, last paragraph.
Maharaja Pariksit inquired about the process of creation, maintenance, and destruction of the material world, the process of Vedic rituals, and the method of executing pious activities in terms of the supplementary Vedas like the Puranas and the Mahabharata. As explained before, the Mahabharata is the history of ancient India, and also are the Puranas. pious acts are prescribed in the supplementary Vedas, Smritis, which specifically mention digging tanks and wells for the water supply of the people in general, to plant trees on the public roads, to construct public temples and places of worship of God, to establish places of charity where the poor destitutes can be provided with foodstuffs. Similar activities are called purta. Similarly, the process of fulfilling the natural desires of sense gratification was also inquired about by the king of the benefit of all concerned.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
So, the process of creation, maintenance, destructions, the material world, the process of Vedic rituals and Puranas, Upanishads, and Itihasas. He inquires so that he understands the glory of the Lord. Prabhupada says that Mahabharata is a history. Mahabharata is not what is that? What the word? Mythology. Mahabharata is not a mythology. People generally say, Indian mythology, Mahabharata, Indian mythology, Ramayana. No, it is a fact. See, that's uh, point. People are saying that, oh, we don't know who has written Mahabharata. Somebody would have, like today, the movie they create, they are fictions or their own imagination. No, Mahabharata is not like that. Mahabharata, Ramayana is not like that. Mahabharata, Ramayana is a fact. It's happened. And sufficient evidence is also there. So we read such scriptures, understand, so that we are able to appreciate the glories of the Supreme Lord. So that's why Prabhupada says Veda Smritis or Shrutis, both one who hear and when memory, both Shruti and Smriti, which specifically mentions the different social services, whether digging the well or building the hospitals or building the food, distributing food stuff. All these are building, planting the trees. All these are required, but we have to think beyond that. This social service required. Social service 100%, no doubt, but we should think beyond that. That's where exactly, if you see, is Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur's first instruction to Srila Prabhupada, 1922. Your freedom fight can stop, but the preaching Krishna consciousness cannot stop. That is because freedom fight is based on a body, whereas preaching Krishna consciousness in the soul level. Similarly, we do social service. Maybe I can, give some money to somebody or give something, but how long? How long I can give? So that the permanent solution is to giving Krishna, especially in Kali Yuga, giving holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Just by giving the Hare Krishna mantra, or just by giving one book, or just by giving little prasada, we can transform the life. So, along with the charity also can be converted into, like, for example, you want to give some food, yes, give nicely cooked bhoga, offer to Krishna, prasad, give it. So that way they get benefit, and at the same time they're belly satisfied. Finally, Prabhupada says, similarly, the process of fulfilling natural desires of sense gratification was also inquired about by the king, the benefit of all. So the society, people are there to satisfy the senses. They want to, ask all those things. For that, he is asking this question also. But and the day, practice devotees who understands, take up seriously, and make this human life successful. Hare Krishna. I'll stop here. Who want to start today? Yeah, Sudha Mata, you want to start?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Pranams. Very wonderful.
Many are absent. Shruti Mataji, Asha Mataji, Shri Mataji. Shri Mataji there, sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Um, yes, you told us like one should be vegetarian, and having milk and vegetables is provides more than enough. It's not advisable to kill any animal because it's created by Lord Sri Krishna and we have no right to kill them. And also, being like a coolie is better than um, by than being as a rich man by earning hook by hook or crook. That's not good because we have to face the consequences. And also we have to be silent, um, and speak only if it is about Sri Krishna. And also, coming to the next verse, next para, um, um, you also told about like donating. It is like for donating, doing services, it's good only, but the ultimate final good that we can do to the people is spreading Krishna consciousness. Because if we do normal social service, that comes under for this life span only. But if we teach about Lord Sri Krishna, that then that person will be like free from this birth and death life cycle. That is the main present that we can give to the humans all around. That is my takeaway. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Sorry, please bear my voice. I'm not uh, so. I think I'm not so clear.
No problem.
I have bad throat. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Shridevi Mataji, anything to add?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
We should accept a spiritual master who guides the disciple well, and the spiritual master should know the Shastra, and he should be in Sadhu Sangha. And he should ask the he should ask the we should ask the advantages and disadvantages in performing a devotional service. Srila Prabhupada says that whatever money we get, we should be happy and use it properly, not make sins to earn money. For the sake of money, we should not sacrifice our good life, should not talk prajalpa. We should be enthusiastic and obey spiritual master. Spiritual master blessings are like Krishna's blessings, and the spiritual master guides us to perform the proper devotional service. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Sanatana Prem Prabhu, not anything?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavat pranams Prabhu.
Dandavat.
So here in this verse, actually, Parikshit Maharaj is asking about creation, maintenance, and annihilation of the living beings, and about the advantage, disadvantage of devotional service, along with Vedic rituals, pious acts, and three varga, dharma, artha, kama. So Prabhupada is explaining that when a soul is fixed in devotional service, it crosses the material existence easily because it is like a boat safely piloted by the Lord's mercy, whereas the material well-equipped remain at the mercy of the ocean of the samsara. So he gives practical principles for the devotee, like eat only enough to maintain body and soul, earn one's livelihood honestly rather than chasing wealth, and never call the Lord's creation false or the Lord formless, and preach the bhakti cult enthusiastically as taught by the Lord Chaitanya. So yeah, that's it from my side.
Vidya Mataji.
ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ. ಇವತ್ತು ನಾನು ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೇನಂದ್ರೆ ಗುರುಗಳ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ನಡಿಬೇಕು. ಅವರು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಚೈತನ್ಯ ಮಹಾಪ್ರಭು ಅವರು ಅದೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣನ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದವಾಗ ಮೂಲೆ ಮೂಲೆಗೂ ಇದನ್ನ ತಲುಪಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಅದೇ ತರ ನಾವು ಭಕ್ತಿ ಸೇವೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಡಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಗುರುಗಳ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನದಲ್ಲೇ ನಡಿಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇವತ್ತು ನಾನು ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದು ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್.
Reena Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for the class. And it's nice to be back in the class. It feels good. So today's learning is Prabhupada ji explains about, gives the practical guidance of how a devotee should live life simple with honesty and earn through the righteous manner. Eat food which is needed and not extra, and avoid overindulgence which is not required. not to be greed, not to talk much, and be in bad association, and also be enthusiastic in serving and glorifying Lord Shri Krishna. Learn devotional service under the guidance of bona fide spiritual master. So these are the learnings for the day, Prabhuji. Pranam.
Hare Krishna, pranam. So, Mariappan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavad pranams.
Dandavad Prabhu.
One must accept bona fide spiritual master in Guru Parampara and inquire how to progress in devotion as envisaged in spiritual literature. Go back home, back to Godhead. In this life itself, one must eat minimum requirement to maintain body and soul. No non-vegetarian particularly. Healthy life exists in vegetarian, and accumulation of wealth in compromising minimum in compromising honesty. Instead, one must be proud to undertake coolie work as occupation for livelihood. One must feel content with all the blessings and grateful to Lord. Speak no nonsense. Unwanted talk is like frog inviting the snake. One must chant holy name instead of unnecessary talk. One must learn devotional services from spiritual master like Sukadeva Goswami and practice sincerely after understanding. One must devotee must be enthusiastic in serving devotional services to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's footsteps are to be followed in preaching Krishna conscious all over the world. Success in preaching directly depends how many souls have accepted Krishna consciousness and sincerely involved in chanting of Mahamantra. We must uh, we must we must rely on a bona fide spiritual master who comes in Guru Parampara. Mahabharata is not mythology, not fiction, absolute pastime history with adequate evidences as highlighted by Srila Prabhupada, and permanent solution for tackling the miseries of a material world is only by attentive chanting of Mahamantra. And one small question, Prabhuji, why our Parikshit Maharaja is asking what are the disadvantages of this thing, devotional services? Is there any disadvantages of devotional services? Is it
Good question, Prabhu. Good question. What is the disadvantage of? Yeah, I mean, okay, anyway, I should not speculate. I should not concoct myself. I think let me come back. Maybe Sanatan Prema Prabhu, if you want to comment on that. But I mean,
Yeah, Prabhu,
yeah.
it's hard to see Prabhu. I have no idea.
Yeah. So I think if you have anything, comment. Otherwise, we'll come back tomorrow. So why specifically? Yeah, you good question, Prabhu. I don't have answer right away. Thank you, Mariappan Prabhu. We'll think.
I thought it may be if the devotional services are practiced in a wrong way, definitely there may be disadvantages. But if the devotional services are performed as guided by the spiritual literature and guided by our acharyas, then how we can talk anything about disadvantage? There shall not be any disadvantage as such.
Yeah.
I feel. That's why I am Prabhuji.
This devotional service, whatever they were done, it'll get benefit only.
Yeah.
I mean, there is no way we lost in the bhakti. The gradation can be high or small. So somebody will do without any interest. Suppose somebody chants the Krishna's name without any interest, or somebody chants in a very envious matter, but still they get a benefit. There's no loss.
That is all advantages only.
Maybe I think let's think, or maybe try to find out for somebody else. Sure, bro. We'll come back.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, so we'll stop here. Panchakalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyo cha patitana pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo ananta koti vaishnav vrinda ki jai. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna. See you tomorrow. Maybe humble request. Many devotees are missing. Please put some messages in the group. I mean, regular devotees also not there. Lakshmi Mataji, Shruti Mataji, many.
Prabhuji, actually, Shruti Mataji, son's exams, it seems, the causes. And Kanchana Mataji, somebody is not well, she's attending.
Okay.
They'll join soon,
not there. Varshika Mataji not coming quite some time. Pradeep Prabhu came few days now, not there. Uma Shankar Prabhu is not there. Maybe I'm just requesting each one can keep messaging, reminding, help, personally. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Help.
Prabhuji,
Hare
Krishna Prabhu. So I think the what disadvantage and advantages is the pratikula and anukula here, not
that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what are the pratikul things we had to do?
Sankalpa pratikula varjanam. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. So here Prabhupada mentioned certain things like what is the pratikul and what to avoid. So I think that is the meaning that is here. Like the enthusiasm in daily devotional service is a pratikul thing, and preaching the cult of bhakti as Lord Chaitanya wanted. This is the pratikul. And a disadvantage are eating more than the body needs, and hoarding wealth and becoming puffed up by the riches and talking nonsense. These are the pratikul.
Okay. Mariappan Prabhu.
To some extent, I can understand. Yes.
So, but basically what Rupa Goswami is that there are 6 kinds of favorable activity, 6 kinds of unfavorable activity. Like favorable activities that they're listed, and say unfavorable activities that one is, for example, the associated with the unwanted people or accumulating more wealth, all this kind of unfavorable.
Okay.
That way.
Okay.
So example Prabhupada gives eating too much or talking nonsense, unwanted things.
Bad association.
Yeah.
And observe.
Oh. Okay. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.